Hello children, welcome back to the digital classes. I hope you are all doing well. In our previous session, you learnt about compound ratios. We continue the same topic and we are going to learn some more interesting concepts in this session. Let us start. Can you identify the symbol shown on your screen? That's good. It is the symbol of a percent. But do you know what do you mean by percent? Yes, percent means per every 100 or for 100. And children, what do you mean by this 85 percentage? You are right once again. 85 percentage means 85 out of 100 or it is 85 divided by 100. Now, this can be written as 0.85 in the decimal form. You have already learnt about the simple interest concepts in the previous session. Now, what do you mean by principal, children? That is right. The money borrowed or lent out for a certain period is called the principal. For example, say borrowed 25,000 rupees from a bank. So, that amount is called your principal. Then what is meant by interest, children? You are right once again. Interest is the extra amount paid on the principal amount with a earmarked percentage. Let us understand what do you mean by that. You have taken a loan of say 10,000 rupees and the bank charges 10%. That means, at the end of the year, you are going to pay 10% of that 10,000, that is 1000 rupees as the extra amount. This extra amount which we pay to the bank, we call it as the interest. Now, children, the amount that is repaid back is equal to the sum of the borrowed principal and the interest. That is, the amount is given by principal plus the interest. That is, whatever we have taken from the bank plus the interest that you are going to pay as extra amount. Simple interest is calculated using the formula I is equal to P into T into R by 100, where P is the principal, T is time period and R is the rate of interest. So, let us consider a scenario here. Meet Swati and Sweta. Both are friends and both have taken a loan of 50,000 rupees for a period of 4 years. Now, Swati, she is paying an interest of 12% per annum for simple interest. Now, whereas if you see Sweta, the rate of interest is 10% per annum, but the interest is compound interest. Now, children, who has to pay more interest now? Do you know how to calculate the compound interest? Well, in today's session, that is our topic, compound interest, we are going to learn all these concepts. So, at the end of this session, you will learn VAT, GST and also you will calculate compound interest. So, children, before we start calculating the compound interest, let us see what actually meant by GST and also VAT. Let us see. You might have gone to a hotel many a times and you might have purchased automobiles from some showrooms. Now, when you purchase this automobile or when you take food parcel or you eat in a restaurant, you are given a bill, right? Suppose a bill is generated this way. Now, if you notice the highlighted portion, there you can see some important thing, that is GST. Now, what do you mean by this GST? We are going to learn about sales tax or VAT. So, VAT stands for value added tax. Government collects taxes on every sale and this is called as VAT. But children, why does the government charge taxes on us? Did you ever think about it? Why we need to pay taxes? Yes, let us see. Government does several welfare activities. You might have seen in news or even in newspaper, right? That is laying the roads. Not only that, construction of hospitals, maintaining them. So, all these are welfare activities done by the government. Now, how do you think the government get this money? Yes, they are going to collect as taxes from us. Now, I think you understood why the government charges tax on us. Okay, children. Now, sales tax is levied on the sale of movable goods, whereas VAT is imposed on goods only and not services, and it has replaced sales tax. The percentage of VAT is different for different items. Like for example, if you are purchasing groceries, so the percentage is different, whereas if you are purchasing say automobile, that is different. Now, VAT is charged on the selling price of an item and will be included in the bill. So, whenever you purchase any item, you can see there will be a VAT in that bill. Now, let us understand the concept of VAT and how they calculate sales tax or VAT with an example. The cost of a table is 1100 rupees and the sales tax charge was 5%. Now, we will find out the bill amount. So, children, the cost is how much? 1100, and what is the sales tax charge? 5% only. Now, how much of sales tax we need to pay? Yes, 5% of the 1100, that is the cost of the table. So, 5% means 5 by 100 into 1100. Now, 100 will cancel with 100 one times and it will go in 1100 11 times. Now, what is left, children? So, we are left with 5 into 11. So, what is that, children? 5 into 11? Yes, it is 55. That means we need to pay a tax of 55 rupees. So, what will be the bill amount, children? Yes, it is the cost of the item plus the sales tax, that is 5% of 1100. So, substituting these values, we get 1100 plus 55 rupees. On adding this, what do you get, children? Yes, we get 1155 rupees. So, this is the bill amount that we have calculated. I hope, children, you might have understood the concept of sales tax and VAT, and you have seen a problem also to calculate the sales tax. We will move on to our next concept, that is GST. Let us see. So, GST stands for Goods and Service Tax. It is a single indirect tax on the supply of goods as well as services, and it was introduced in July 2017, and it is imposed on the basis of value addition at each stage of the movement of the goods and services. So, children, what is the formula to find the simple interest? Yes, it is A is equal to P into 1 plus T into R by 100, where P is the principal, T is the time period and R is the rate of interest. So, this is the formula to find out the amount when we are using simple interest. Okay, children. But do you know what is meant by compound interest? Yes. Compound interest is nothing but the interest that you earn on the interest. So, that means the interest is going to earn some more interest for you, that is nothing but compound interest. Now, let us deduce a formula to find the compound interest. So, let us calculate for the first year. Let the principal be P1 and rate of interest be R, and time period is, as we have seen, we are calculating it for 1 year. So, T is 1 year. Now, we have already learned that the sum or the amount is given by P into 1 plus T into R by 100. Now, let us substitute the values. So, here the amount for the first year I will mark it as A1 and P1 is the principal into 1 plus TR. So, here T is 1. So, we have substituted the value as 1 into R by 100. So, we get P1 into 1 plus R by 100. Now, this is the amount after 1 year. Now, let us calculate for the second year also. Now, in second year the principal I am assuming it as P2. Now, here if you notice A1, that is the amount which is calculated after the end of first year, that becomes the principal here. Okay? So, P1 into 1 plus R by 100 is going to be the principal for the second year, whereas the rate of interest and the time period remains same. Now, let us calculate the amount at the end of 2 years. So, amount A2 is principal P2 into 1 plus R by 100. But children, we have seen that the value of say P2 is P1 into 1 plus R by 100. Now, let us substitute it. Now, on substituting, what do you get? P1 into 1 plus R by 100 into again 1 plus R by 100. Now, these two terms are same. Suppose you have A and A. When you multiply A and A, what do you get, children? A square. In the similar manner, we are multiplying 1 plus R by 100 into 1 plus R by 100. So, what do you get, children? Yes, that is 1 plus R by 100 whole square. So, what is the value of A2 now? So, P1 into 1 plus R by 100 whole square. So, this is the amount at the end of 2 years. Now, children, can you guess what is the amount at the end of 3 years? If you notice, A1 is P1 into 1 plus R by 100. So, there is no power here, that means 1, right? And in the second year, A2 is P1 into 1 plus R by 100 whole square. So, since we are taking second year, the power is 2. Now, what will be in third year? That is great. It is A3 is equal to P1 into 1 plus R by 100 whole to the power of 3. So, why we have taken 3 here, children? Because it is at the end of 3 years. So, that is why we got the power as 3. Now, if you continue like that, after some n years, now what will be the amount? That is right. An is equal to P into 1 plus R by 100 whole to the power of n. So, here this n because after n years. So, this is the formula to find the amount in compound interest. Okay. I hope you have understood the formula, children. Now, let us see the formula for calculating the compound interest. So, the amount at the end of n years using compound interest is given by A is equal to P into 1 plus R by 100 whole power n. And children, here P is the principal, R is the rate of interest and n is the time period. So, now let us apply the concept of this compound interest in solving Swati and Sweta's problem. Swati borrowed 50,000 at 12% per annum for 4 years at simple interest, and Sweta borrows how much? The same amount, and the time period is same, but at 10% per annum compounded annually. Now, let us see who has to pay more interest and by how much they have to pay. Okay? Let us see. So, let us see the case of Swati. The principal P is 50,000, rate of interest is 12% per annum and the time period is 4 years. Now, children, what is the formula to find simple interest? Yes, it is I equal to P into T into R by 100. Now, let us substitute the values of P, T and R. So, we get 50,000 into 4 into 12 by 100. Now, let us cancel 100. So, with 100 only we will cancel, 100 goes in 100 one time, whereas in 50,000 it goes 500 times. Now, what is left, children? Yes, we are left with 500 into 4 into 12. On multiplying these 3, we get, yes, 24,000. This is the interest Swati has to pay. Now, children, what is the formula to find the amount? Yes, amount is equal to principal plus interest. Now, substituting the values of principal and interest, that is 50,000 plus 24,000, what do you get, children? Yes, we get 74,000 rupees. Now, this is the amount Swati has to pay at the end of 4 years. Now, let us find out how much Sweta has to pay. Now, children, let us see about Sweta. So, principal borrowed is same, that is 50,000 rupees, rate of interest is 10% per annum, whereas the time period remains same, that is 4 years. Now, we know that the formula to find the compound amount using compound interest, that is A is P into 1 plus R by 100 whole power n. We use this formula because here the interest is compounded annually. So, now let us substitute the values of P and R, that is 50,000 into 1 plus 10 by 100 whole to the power of 4. Now, let us simplify this. On taking LCM here, that is between 1 and 10 by 100. So, the LCM is 100 year. So, we get 100 plus 10, that is 110 divided by 100, and the whole power 4 remains the same. On simplifying this, we get the amount as 73,205 rupees. So, this is the amount Sweta has to pay at the end of 4 years. Now, let us compare their values. Yeah, we have seen Swati has to pay 74,000, whereas Sweta has to pay 73,205 rupees. So, from this what do you conclude, children? Yes, Swati pay more interest than Sweta, but how much? Let us subtract those amount. So, 74,000 minus 73,205 rupees will give you 795 rupees. That means, Swati has paid 795 rupees more than Sweta. So, children, I hope you have learned the concept of compound interest clearly, and also you are very well versed with the application of its formula. Now, let us understand these concepts much more clearly using some solved problems. The cost of a TV is 20,000 rupees and the GST charge is 18%. Find the bill amount. Let us start with the solution. Given cost of TV is 20,000 and the GST is 18%, and GST paid should be how much? 18% of this 20,000. So, 18% means 18 by 100 into 20,000. So, 100 one times, and in 20,000 100 goes 200 times. So, it is 3,600 rupees. So, this is the GST which has to be paid. So, children, what is the formula to find bill amount? Yes, it is cost of TV plus the GST. Now, let us substitute these values, that is 20,000 plus 3,600. On adding this, we get 23,600. So, this is the bill amount, children. So, bill amount equal to 20,000 plus 3,600, which is 23,600. So, let us move on to our next problem. Vashish took 25,000 from a bank to renovate his house. He took the money at 10% per annum simple interest for 5 years. Now, what are his monthly repayments? Let us start with the solution. So, the principal is 25,000, rate of interest is 10% per annum, and the time period is 5 years. So, simple interest is given by I equal to P into T into R by 100. Now, let us substitute these values. Now, we will cancel 100, that goes one time, and here in 25,000 it goes 250 times. Now, what is left, children? 250 into 5 into 10. So, on multiplying this, we get 12,500 rupees. So, the interest is 12,500 rupees. So, the total amount to be paid is principal plus the interest, that is 25,000 plus 12,500. On adding this, you get 37,500. So, now Vasisht has to pay 37,500, but in monthly installments. So, since there are 5 years, so 5 into, and in a year we have 12 months. So, we are dividing with 5 into 12. So, on dividing them, so 5 goes one time, and in this it goes 7,500 times, 12 one time, and 12 goes 625 times. So, what do we get, children? Yes, 625. So, Vasisht has to pay an installment of 625 rupees per month. Let us start our next problem. So, let us start our next problem. The population increases by 10% every year. If the population of the village is 20,000 in 2020, then what would be its population in 2022? Let us start with the solution. Now, what is the present population in 2020? That is 20,000, and increase in population, that is rate of interest, we can call it as R. So, that is 10% every year, and the time period is how many years, children? Yes, 2 years, because from 2020 to 2022. So, there are only 2 years. Now, the formula to find population after 2 years is given by A is equal to P into 1 plus R by 100 whole power n. Now, let us substitute these values. So, what do you get, children? 20,000 into 1 plus 10 by 100 whole square, because n value is 2. On taking LCM, we get 20,000 into 110 by 100 whole square. Let us simplify this. Now, 100 one times, and in 20,000 it goes 200 times. Similarly, 100 one times here, and then it goes only 2 times. Now, on multiplying this 2 into 110 into 110, we get 24,200. So, we can say that the population of the village in 20,022 will be 24,200. So, children, today we have learnt the concepts of VAT, GST and compound interest, and also we have solved some of the problems based on these concepts. I hope you have understood very well. So, before we end our session, let us quickly recap what we have learnt. VAT stands for value added tax. VAT will be charged on the selling price of an item and will be included in the bill. GST stands for goods and services tax. Simple interest is given by I is equal to P into T into R by 100, where P is the principal, T is time period and R is the rate of interest, and the amount is given by principal plus interest. Simple interest is an increased percentage on the principal. Amount A is given by P into 1 plus T into R by 100, where P is principal, T is time period and R is rate of interest, and this is only in the case of simple interest. Okay, children. Compound interest allows you to earn interest on interest. The amount at the end of n years using compound interest is given by A is equal to P into 1 plus R by 100 whole power n. Here P is the principal, R is the rate of interest and n is the time period. So, children, I am going to give you some problems to work out in your home, and after solving them you show to your teacher. Calculate compound interest on 2,500 over a period of 1.5 year at 10% per annum if interest is compounded half yearly. Abhinav deposited a sum of 50,000 in a bank for 2 years, compounded annually at 8.5% per annum. What amount will he get on maturity? Now, Kruti purchased a toy for 750 rupees, GST charge is 8%, find the bill amount. And the last problem is, the population of a town is 25,600. It is found that the rate of increase in the population is 12% per annum. Find the population after 3 years. So, children, with this we have come to the end of our session. I hope you have learnt all the concepts clearly. So, goodbye and take care.